What up, what up, what up? It's the Raging Cajun Blazing Nation coming at you with another repair video. So today we got a 2004 Lincoln LS. This is a 3.9 liter with a V8 in it. And we're doing these two guys. So this is your cooling outlet, right? Matter of fact, this is your thermostat right here. This is your thermostat housing. Okay? But this right here, this is your cooling outlet, which is behind it. And then this goes in here like this. This is called your water neck. Really, this is what we're replacing. This is the problem. So I did a coolant leak down test, and it's actually cracked under here. So when I'm looking at the vehicle, right, get to that. That's what you're gonna do. Let's go ahead and go through these steps. So you got two 10 millimeter bolts on top. That's your cover. Take that off. So you're looking at it. There it is right here. And I saw the leak right there. You can see it's trying to follow this thermostat here. There it is right there. And there's your, it's kind of hard to see, there's your neck, your water neck. And it's got 4 bolts holding it down. And that's where I saw it. It's all wet right now because it was just leaking. So I did the coolant pressure test on it, and I could just see it like pouring out of there, out of the water neck. So I noticed ain't nobody made no videos on placing the water neck, and a lot of people don't even know what that part is called, but that's your water neck though. It's the same thing. They got these. This is also on Fords. I think yeah, some of the Ford V8s use that part also. Same thing. Comes with a gasket. Your cooling outlet comes with 2 gaskets right here. And we actually already replaced the thermostat on this vehicle before, but this comes with a new thermostat also because you got the housing on the front. So let's just run through these steps real quick. What you got to do? You got to unplug your mass airflow sensor right here. Just pull up that red tab, press that button. Take your air filter out, and push this tab, slide it forward, bring it up. This is supposed to be a 10 millimeter bolt right here. There's an 8 millimeter right here holding this onto it. So let's go ahead and put that back on. And I pull this line off right here. You gotta pull this off right here. You squeeze these tabs here on the side. You squeeze these tabs and it'll pull back. Okay. Take that off. Slide it over here. Set that out the way. Alright. You do this in the steps that I tell you. You will be successful on this repair. But you gotta do it in these steps though. Alright, take this off right here. I'm gonna show you why. Alright, next thing you're gonna take, you got 4 8 millimeter bolts on the throttle body. So, one right down there, and one right there. Alright, you take connect off. You got 2 lines on this thing, right? Alright, you got one right here. So you got this coolant hose right here, and then you got one on the bottom. So I went ahead and took off the hose right here, one side, because it was easier to, get to, and then I can just kind of slide it, out to the side, and I ain't even got to take off that bottom hose. So it's out of my way. I'm cool with that. Trying to, work smart, not hard here. Next thing that you want to do, so we want to take this off, right? So in order to do that, you don't have to take off the EGR valve, which is this, but you do have to take off the 2 10 millimeter bolts right here. You got 2 holes right there. Those are 2 10 millimeter bolts. You got to take that off. Just get it loose. You don't have to now this right here is a big rusty bolt right there that I don't want to mess with if I don't have to. So but our goal is this, and this is the EGR is connected to it, so you got to take them 2 bolts off. And there's only 4 bolts holding this in to your intake manifold, so we want to get them 4 bolts off. But notice this one right there, one right there, right there. Let's see, this one right there, and then there's another one on the bottom, which is impossible to get to. Well, I mean, yeah, damn near impossible to get to. There it is right there, down right there under the EGR valve. But you got to take off the water outlet first, though. All right. So, in order to do the water outlet, next step, I'm gonna leave the thermostat housing on. I'm just take off this hose right here. Take off this hose right here. And look at that, I put that in another video. Why did I put that clamp in there? Because it's easy. The other one's pain in the ass. I'm glad I did that. Now, then you got 2 8mm bolts here. There's another one on the bottom. And you got 2 over here. And you got this right here. You know, that's another reason why you take off this hose right here from the top of your throttle body, because you got to take off this right here. You don't have to take it off over here now because it's already disconnected here. So then that will just pull forward. Oh yeah, this hose also. Gotta say that clamp off. Okay. And then you're looking at it. There's your 2 bolts on the bottom right there. There's that clamp. There's that one. Then your 2 bolts on the top. And then this right here is just held in right there with that. So that's it. Let me so I'm gonna go ahead and take these right here, take these hoses off, and then I'll show you how to get the rest of this induction or behind the throttle body or whatever air duct. Okay guys, like I said, let's take this hose off here. You gotta take this hose up right here. You got 2 bolts right here. There's one down there, one right here, there's one on the bottom. Then of course you got your hose at the bottom. This right here just pulls off because it's just held on by that gasket right there and your water neck. And then we're gonna transfer this pipe right here to our new coolant outlet assembly over here. Just put that right over there. Alright, you're gonna want to clean the mating surfaces right here for your water outlet. Alright, now this point right here, like I said, you want to take off the EGR bolts right there, them 2. Alright, then you got 4 10mm bolts, right? You got one, no, they're 8s, they're 8s. There's one right there, one right there, one right there, and then there's one right there. Alright. Okay, now this is what you're gonna do. Get your extension, get those 8s on the bottom, get your extension, come right down here under the throttle, where the throttle connects. It'll come right, you know, with your extension, get it right there. This one right here, you want to use a wrench. So take, oh yeah, this took this off right here loose, and then get your wrench right here, and you don't have to take off the EGR valve. Now, you know, you want to try to get that big, bust that big rusty nut loose. By all means, go ahead, give it a shot. Have a nice day. You know what I'm saying? That's just one more nut you gotta bust, and sometimes that one nut, especially that rusty one, will make your day. So I'm gonna leave that alone, cause I'm a G like that. That's how I roll. All right, I'm gonna just do this one bolt right here with the wrench. Take that out, and you know what? I'm gonna slide this off. I ain't even gonna disconnect nothing else. I'm gonna leave all of that on there. I'm just set it up there like that. Okay. Now, this part right here. I'm gonna show you a little trick. You got 8mm bolts, right? You got 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. All right. So these 2 front ones, easy. You know what I'm saying? You get them. Matter of fact, I think I came from the top, and like, you know, just got them on the top. Now, these two bolts right here in the back, I'm gonna show you something. Okay. See how that right there is hitting on the intake manifold, right? That's not good. So when you try to get it with a socket from the top, it's gonna be a little angle because you're gonna be running into the intake manifold, and you're gonna think like, oh shit, I gotta take off the whole entire intake manifold to get them bolts out. Bruh, if you do that, if you take this intake manifold off to get them two bolts, I'm gonna need you to, bruh, take the intake manifold off for them two bolts. I'm gonna need you to come over to my house and sit down on my couch, and we gonna have a bed. We gonna talk about your life decisions and shit. We gonna talk about career options, because being a mechanic probably ain't your best career choice. You know what I'm saying? If that's what you're doing. Let me show you a little something. Let me show you how to do this. Alright, so this is what you're gonna do. And I thought maybe, you know, offset wrench, that'll be good. You know, that's, man, this right here though, 8mm with a flex head. Bam, you gonna come in here like this, right? Use the angle and you get a good grip, and then you come down here, drop it down, and then break it down here. So you're gonna grab it up here at an angle, right? And you're gonna catch the nut, drop it down, and then break it like that. All right, so for that one, same thing. I just came down here, right? And then boom, kind of catch it, and then kind of bring it down under the neck, you know, to break it. All right, you want to take that one out first. Now, when you break it, right, you can twist it, whatever, get it up a little bit, but kind of do it by hand, because you don't want to keep this on there. Otherwise, your tool's gonna get stuck right here on the edge. You know what I'm saying? So you want to use this end, or you just use your fingers. Take it up to its highest point. It's gonna hit on the bottom of the intake manifold, right? And you don't think, oh crap, I gotta take the intake manifold off. No, you don't. You're just gonna use this end right here and keep turning it, right? Now it helps if you got a good, like a flank drive, really. If you got the snap-ons with the flank drive, those are awesome. They got a little extra bite at the tip. So the flank drive wrenches are really good for this part. But you know, like Craftsman, or just like a decent snap, or like a snap-on, like a good 8mm wrench, not that Harbor Freight crap, because it's not gonna grab it. You need a good, like a Mac Tools snap-on, something like with a good, nice fine tip, good machining. All right, and so what you're gonna do is just turn that nut, boom, keep turning it, just keep turning it, and it'll like hit the top, but just keep turning it, and you might scrape it a little bit. See, it's like scrape right here, but it'll come out. All right, so for this one over here, you're gonna do the same thing when you get there, but this is what you do. You lift up, right, and then turn this right here. Now you can come down here and grab it and just turn it like that. See, now you got all this room, because really it sits like that. See that bolt, that's gonna be your hardest bolt right there, that one in the back. But if you you know, get all the other bolts out, you can take this neck, pick it up and turn it right here, and now you got more room to get that bolt right there in the back. You just come right here like that and just keep turning it, and it's gonna hit the manifold right here, but you just keep turning it though. Just keep turning it, it's gonna come out. All right, I'm gonna show you. All right, so as you can see, right, we yeah, turning, bam, grab it, turn it. Now, you know, you might think like, look, that bolt right there, it's touching the gasket. It's gonna mess something up. Let me stop. Nah, don't stop. Keep turning that thing. Don't be a pussy. You keep turning that wrench, like I said, boy. You gonna be alright. I ain't gonna tell you wrong now. I've been doing this for over 10 years, son. Pro with this shit. Alright, you just keep turning it, right? boom, it's gonna bend right down like that. Look at that. She's coming out now. Alright, we probably get it out with a magnet now. Pull out my fingers or whatever. Yeah, probably pull it out. And there she go. Boom. I promise you. Somebody gonna think they gotta remove their intake manifold, but like I said, you do that, we need to find you another career, baby. This ain't it. Alright. Boom. Water next off. New one. Comes with a new gasket. You want to clean that mating surface. Make sure it's nice. Clean. No gunk. Chunks. Whatever. I'd really recommend replacing that gasket. And as you can see, right now here, it's a little, like just a little. That's not gonna. You're not gonna hit the gasket though. And you might touch it, like, but it's not gonna. You're not gonna mess up the gasket. You might, scratch that. There's a little scratch right here at the bottom. Did you think I'm about to remove this whole intake manifold? Nah, bro, that's another 3 hours, maybe. Well, this is a 3-hour job. It usually takes me about an hour and a half to do it. Okay, so installation gonna be the reverse of the removal. Exactly the steps that I showed you, just the opposite. So you're gonna put the filling neck in, then you're gonna put this back in. Tighten up your 2 bolts on your EGR. Put your water outlet back on the front. Put your thermostat on, throttle body, and boom, that's it. Now this is a 2004. This is the one with the 3.8 though. So probably not as common as the six cylinder version. What am I gonna say? Oh yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. Now look, let me tell you something. Ain't nobody else. You ain't gonna find another video. You know what I'm saying, about the water neck probably. I mean, yeah, you might find like a Ford or something like that, man. Ain't nobody else got no video about that water neck. You know what I'm saying, like this one right here, and tell you how to get it out like that. Like, bro, you need to subscribe to my videos. Let me show you how to do this. You know what I'm saying? I've been doing it for over 10 years. Anyway, like and subscribe to the video. Peace. Okay, now let me show you something right quick. All right, so this is 8mm, right? This is what we took out. Okay, water outlet. This right here. They're all the same thread. Okay, so they're the same pitch and everything, but the length is shorter. So what I did, right? I'll probably use this one. So I use this exact same bolt size going in. All right, you might be, if your threads can catch on that, if you feel comfortable, I think I feel if you get that in there, good, because I mean this can come out. But going back in, I mean, if you're gonna put this back in, this is what you need to do. You need to make sure it's going in straight. So you need to hit it on the top with like a brass punch, but you want to make sure it's straight down before you start tightening it up, right? But now when you use a little bit shorter bolt like that, you can put it in there and just start threading it by hand. It goes in so much easier with just a centimeter shorter, and it's gonna have plenty of thread to catch. So let me show you something here. So I got it. That's a 10mm, not an 8 anymore, and I'm using a crowfoot, you know what I'm saying, tool, which is these guys here. This is what they were made for. That's what that is made for. Situations just like that. And so putting it in, you do not want to strip these threads and put them in and cross thread them. You know what I'm saying? That is you know, that's going into your block. You know, you gotta rethread that. First of all, if you gotta rethread that, yeah, you probably gonna have to take that intake manifold out. So you don't want to rethread that. Okay, you don't want that to happen. You want to do this right the first time. Don't mess it up. You know what I'm saying? So I would suggest putting in a little bit shorter bolt, because that's what I did, and I got it down in there. It's tight. You know what I'm saying? So these are pro tips. You know what I'm saying? This ain't the beginner show, you know. Pro tips, man. Just, you know, if you think you gonna mess with president, go ahead and take the intake manifold off if you want. Anyway, like, I put that little bit shorter bolt in there, and it's a 10. You know, this is an 8, that's a 10. But it went in just fine. No problem. You know what I'm saying? I dropped it in there and just turned it by my hand. And then, you know, I'm just putting the final turn on that one using a crowfoot, because, you know, it's you're not gonna get no other tool. Once it starts to get tight and hard to turn, it's, you know, you're not gonna be able to get a tool, and then getting a gear wrench on top of that with a 10 millimeter gear wrench, not gonna work. So you gotta use a crowfoot for the installation. But anyway, I hope you appreciate, you know, watch the video. Hope it helps somebody. I didn't see any videos on that filling it. A lot of people, they don't even know what the hell, they don't even know what that is. Anyway, don't forget to like and subscribe. Get in the pro tips, baby. Holla at me.